this, karma that. I think they're selling karma burgers at Burger King. But one thing they say two things about karma. First thing is that no one but a fully enlightened being can understand all the workings and the intricacies of karma, karmic relationships. And the other thing they say is that if we're here together tonight, it means somewhere in our previous lives we've also been together. Otherwise the causes and conditions could not arise to bring us together again. It just wouldn't happen. Think of all the people you see in this, and when you're walking down the street, think of all the people that walk by you. You don't even notice them. No karma. Then every once in a while you notice somebody and go, nice. Karma. So anyhow, so that being said, it occurred to me that maybe we were all in this village together thousands of years ago, right? And if that's the case, somewhere hidden in our DNA is the ability to understand that ancient language, right? We would just know. So when I start singing the song, you may spontaneously understand every word. You never know. Especially in England, So anyhow, if that happens to be the case, I invite you to please sing along. So one day, a Canadian guy arrived for the first time. He didn't know anything about Maharaj. So he comes in and Maharaj says, "Where are you from? Why did you come?" He thought he'd give a spiritual answer. He's a guru, you give a spiritual answer. So he said, "Well, could you teach me how to meditate?" Not happening. He never talked about that stuff. He says to the guy, "Come on, get out of here. Go. Go in the back with the other crazy people. Go. And as he's walking away, he says, "Just meditate like Christ." So this guy comes in the back and we're kind of debriefing him, What did he say to you? He said to meditate like Christ? Jesus. What does that mean? So we figured, okay, we were always trying to get him to give us practices to tell us what to do. Right? Now we got him. He said to meditate like Christ, so that means he must know how Jesus meditated. And we're going to ask him, and he'll tell us. Right? Great. So later on, he came back to the back of the temple, and Ram Dass was there, and he said, "Baba, you said we should meditate like Christ. How did he meditate?" So I got my notebook out, right? I was going to write it down and then run away and do it and get enlightened, Still waiting. So Maharaj, it seemed like he was about to say something to answer the question, but then he just stopped. And his eyes closed. And he sat in front of us, completely still. We had never seen him sit still. He was always throwing fruit to people, talking to 10 people at the same time, barking orders to the people who ran the temple. It was chaos. And all of a sudden, boom. And he sat there for a few minutes. And it was so strong, it felt like the whole world had stopped turning. And then 2 tears came down his cheek. And he kind of shook himself. He opened his eyes and he said, He lost himself in love. That's how he meditated. He lost himself in love. He's one with all beings. No one understands. He never died. He lost himself in love. Well, I was really disappointed. I had my pad out. You know, I was hoping for something I could do. You know, like some 1,000,000-syllable mantra that you have to do standing on the ice on one toe for 10,000 years. Something simple and easy like that. But how do you lose yourself in love? How does that happen? If there was one reason I went to India in the first place, it was to see if that love is real. I couldn't find it on Long Island. And it is real. That love exists in the world and in each of our hearts. But how do we lose ourselves in that love? How can that happen? So there's music, and then there's what we're singing. When a baby's sick or a child is sick, and you need to give it medicine, you have to hide that medicine in a sweet syrup. So in this case, the music is the syrup, but the medicine is what we're chanting, these names. If music was enough to make us happy, every musician would be happy. That ain't the case. So, and one time I was, this is not about music. One time in New York, a long time ago, we had a CD release party. That's when people actually bought CDs. And there was a room, in those days, it was a couple hundred people, it's a lot of people, and way in the back corner, you know, there was this Indian family sitting together. Mother, father, children, grandparents. So, you know, I sat up a little straighter. So afterwards, the head of the family comes up, and he says, "Oh, Krishna Das ji, this was so very nice. I'm thanking you too much." So I thought, this is good, I made it with the homeboys, right? And he says, "You know, I am having one cousin who is teaching harmonium. If you like, I can arrange some music." So, it ain't about how you sound, whether you can sing in tune or not, it's nothing about that. It's singing from the heart. It's only because of the great beings that have gone before us. Out of their love, out of their kindness, they leave some footprints for us to follow. So in the same way that they wish for us, we wish that all beings everywhere, all of us, be safe, be happy, that all of us have good health and enough to eat. And may we all live in peace and at ease of heart. At ease of heart with whatever comes to us in life. Shanti means peace. Peace beyond understanding. When we know who we are, when we live in that love that lives within us, then we are peace. May we all be that. Namaste.